Jo Leute, wir sind hier am Aion-Stand. Wir sind hier mit Brian und Lenny, dem Produzenten, und die beiden zeigen uns jetzt ein bisschen über das Spiel und verpassen uns eine kleine Präsentation, was hier so abgeht.
Alright, so I'm going to focus on some of the changes from 1.0 to 1.5. Still the same, players are going to pick which faction they want to play with. Once they enter the character creator system, nothing's really changed in terms of classes. You still have your 4 main classes and then your 2 subclasses that you choose from at level 10, making 8 classes in total. Things that have changed with regards to the creator system, we have even more default faces now with both the female and male characters. So it used to be 22, I believe. Now it's up to 34, just for default. In terms of making even more adjustments to how your character looks, we've added the well-requested feature of eye color. So you're now able to actually change the eye color of your character. Funny enough, some of the feedback we received in the beta forums about creating more dwarf-like characters was the ability to adjust the leg length and leg thickness, so we've added those. Let's just jump in here. Okay, I'm going to jump in with my lower level character here. Of course, we have the faction-specific videos that play for Ilios and Asmodean. I'm going to skip through it, but they're available online everywhere now. Alright, so first thing you'll notice when you log in are these little arrows question marks that pop up. And these are triggered by events that you do. So if you're running around in the world and you go to talk to somebody, and these are really geared towards new players who maybe have never even played an MMO before, you activate this and you'll see another one pops up. And these are meant to be a little bit more interactive, not so much like just a big wall of text that players have to read. They're actually more interactive videos that walk the players through. And I think that these they'll really help out the new players. Of course, funny enough, probably the biggest feedback that we received in terms of numbers was players wanted the click to move disabled. And they wanted the default to be, the WASD. And so we made that change. So in 1.5, you'll no longer, be clicking and running off in random directions. All right, so I'm going to hop over to our level 50 character. So some of the new things that we've added, at the time of launch, we'll have 20 instances in game. And some of the newer features that we've added, you'll actually be able to, some of those instances will be fortress specific. So you'll have to have captured a fortress before you can actually enter it. Other ones, like this cutscene that I'm going to show you, those who are familiar with the Abyss environment probably know the big Balor battleship, the Aion that comes down there. Well, now you'll actually be able to go inside of it. So you're going to meet an NPC that is going to give you a little bit of a background, and I'm going to show you that cutscene.
So much so that it's well nigh impossible to get close enough to want to damage it. And once it drops its load of draconic ground troops, nothing can stop the Balor from taking the fortress you've just secured. The good news is, we've discovered a way to sabotage it from within. If we can get someone inside, we can disable the Aion and smash the Balor.
Alright, so now that you've seen that video, I'm going to just hop right in there and show you what it looks like. This is a little different because you'll notice this timer that's on the right here. It's going to give you 2 minutes for you and your 6-person group to get buffed and, equip everything that you want to for this particular instance. And you'll notice 2 numbers here. And what this is actually an instance where the opposing faction enters at the same time. So you're going to have this scoreboard here that is going to keep track of the Ilios score and the Asmodean score, and it also has all these other stats like PvP kills, Balor kills, captured score, Abyss points. Here's a map of what this one looks like. It's actually still in Korean because we just received this, so we're still in the process of localizing it, but it will be for launch. So here you are, right on this section here, and you'll have the Asmodeans, or the opposing faction, on this side. Anything in pink is currently controlled by the Balor. And so the whole idea is to see who can get to the boss first. And you can do this two ways. One, you can just travel pure PvE style along the sides, or you can actually, send some people over here and try to sabotage the other guys as they're trying to make their way. So it'll really, it'll change. Every time you go through it, it'll be a little different depending on what the other faction does. So 45 seconds and then this clock will run down. Before that, I'm going to take you to the stigmas. So of course there's different stones, stigma stones, god stones, different enchantments that you can use to change the stats on your weapons, your armor. And now with the stigma system, it helps you customize your class even more. With here we have the advanced stigma, so you're going to have to find certain stones in order to activate the next ones. I can't close it. There we go. All right, so in 10 seconds, the gate's going to open and we're going to rush through here. I think for the purpose of this, we're going to stay invisible since we're only one person in here. And you're going to see these little control power items here, and they are in each one of these different areas, and what you want to do is destroy them, and you get 1 damage per hit, so it takes quite a while to actually take these things down while also trying to defend yourself from the Balor, and while also keeping a lookout for any of the opposing faction that could come and sneak up on you at any time. So that's what this looks like. Now I'm going to take you over to Poeta, which is the 1 to 10 zone on the Elio side. And anyone who's familiar with it knows it's nice and peaceful and calm and green and beautiful. And really after you get to level 50, I mean, you never really have a reason to go back there unless it's being overtaken by the Balor, which is what we've done. So there's now an instance called Dark Poeta, and this takes you back to basically an alternate reality where it's been overtaken and your beautiful, peaceful little place that you once lived in is now destroyed. And it's kind of an emotional thing. I got a little sad when I saw this. And just like the Balor instance, you now have a timer here, except you're not battling the opposing faction. Here, you're tallying up your score. So every time that you kill a creature, you're going to start to add points. And you have, this instance is about 4 hours. I mean, you can probably complete it in about 1, but if you want it to spend that 4 hours just killing like every creature, you're eventually going to build up this score. And the higher the score, well, actually not the higher, but your score determines what kind of boss you're going to battle. And that boss determines what kind of reward you're going to get. So depending on like what you want and what your goal is to get out of this, will probably determine how much time you're going to spend in there. So yes, usually it would take, more than one person to kill one of these. So here's our boss. This is an interesting type of boss because it'll actually pick me up and then just throw me down. And it will also spawn different types of creatures that you're going to have to fight against before you continue. As you can see, I'm doing a lot of damage. Now, if we're lucky, after we kill this, we might get some pretty sweet armor. We may not. Ah, here we go. All right, let's see what we got. No, we didn't really get anything. But that's okay, because we're wearing it, so we can just show you here. So this type of equipment here are part of a set that you're only going to be able to get in an instance. So you don't necessarily have to be in a level 50 instance, but it's something unique. So you won't be able to buy these from NPC merchants or with Abyss points. And you can see they're all part of the same. And let's see what else. And then also in 1.5 we're introducing a new level of equipment. So you have your common, superior, heroic, fabled, and now we're introducing eternal. Yeah, we'll be launching with 1.5 on September 22nd in North America and then September 25th in Europe.
Never play low.